Mall of America. It's home to world-class shopping, great dining, and amazing attractions and events. And these are our stories, presented by Bloomington, Minnesota Travel and Tourism. Hey, everybody. Welcome to So Much More. This is the podcast where we give you a little behind the scenes of Mall of America and introduce you to people creating unforgettable experiences here. I'm your host, Jill Renslow, and I'm joined by my co-host, Meri, Ryan, which we'll get into in just a little bit, our senior manager of experiential here at Mall of America. And today's episode is unlike anything that we've done before. By the time you're listening to this podcast, hundreds of people named Ryan will have gathered in Mall of America for one of the most entertaining and admittedly one of the most random events we've ever hosted. It's going to be an attempt to set the world record for the most people with the same first name, consecutively riding a roller coaster before heading to Target Field for the Ryan Baseball Classic. So the mall's Rotunda even is getting renamed to the Rytunda for this evening. So behind all the fun is a fascinating story about community, friendship, and how a simple idea became a nationwide movement. We are so excited because joining us today are two of the people behind the Ryan Meetup, Ryan Fisher and Ryan Cousins. Welcome, guys, to So Much More.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
This is great. Meri, Ryan, are you excited?
I'm so excited for this. I love a theme, and this is a theme, and I love the community, so I'm super excited about this.
I feel a little left out because I don't have any Ryan in my name, but hopefully we'll be accepted and be honorary here today. So let's start right out of the gate. I want to hear the story. So hearing about the Ryan Meetup, it sounds almost like it's made up. This is really fun. Everybody's been, turning their heads going, what is this all about? So where did it all begin?
So I was walking out of my apartment one morning, and I was greeted by this flyer on a telephone pole 5 feet from my door, and it said, "Is your name Ryan? Want to meet other Ryans?" At first, it looked like it was like a friend pranking me or something, but then, I scanned the QR code on it and realized that it was legit, and immediately I was like, I have to get in on the ground floor of this. I do creative advertising for my job, so I was kind of jealous of this Ryan that came up with this idea, and so I wanted to meet this Ryan, and I was the first person to RSVP, and then a week went by, nobody else had RSVP'd, so Ryan, the other Ryan who put out the flyer in the first place, we were chatting, we were like, do we even still do this? And then a third Ryan RSVP, and we're like, we have to do this. So the three of us met at this bar, only three Ryans. We checked each other's IDs, of course, and we wore name tags in the corner of some dive bar. And we started talking about the master plan, how we're going to grow this into something that, we didn't think we'd be in a situation like this. But, we talked about our ultimate goal, which was to break the world record for largest first name gathering. Any young kid's dream, and so, we went from there and just started to snowball, and more Ryans got involved. And, that's how we met Ryan Fisher, because he's a skilled Ryan in the art of communications. And, we find Ryans of all skills, and that's how it's growing so fast.
When you're in a group of Ryans, how do you identify each other? Do you go by your initials or by your last name, or do you just randomly answer to Ryan? I'm curious of how you differentiate yourselves.
We call each other Ryan,
Okay. Whoever turns that head first.
We call each other by last names in text especially, but it's so much fun waking up, we're staying in the same hotel. Like, good morning, Ryan. Good night, Ryan. Like just dumb shit, dumb stuff like that. Sorry. Yeah.
I love it. So Ryan Fisher, how'd you get looped in? What was your first interaction with the rest of the Ryans?
Yeah, so I had a non-Ryan friend send me a video that happened in 2024. Did you hear about this Ryan Meetup? And I kind of said, that's not for me. And then I live in South Florida, and I was scrolling social media one day and saw that there was a story about Ryan Meetup coming to Miami for Miami Vice. And I RSVP'd, and that was on a Tuesday, as I recall. And then a couple days went by, and Saturday morning came, and I woke up, and I'm like, I'm not going to go to that. And then one of the other Ryans, Ryan Lee, responded to my RSVP and said, there's going to be another Ryan Fisher here. I'm like, okay, I have to go now. I will meet another Ryan Fisher and get a picture, and that will be a great story. And I drove down to Miami and had the best night, and it was this blob of Ryans. I don't remember much, but we were parading through the streets of Miami at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and the rest is history now.
So at what point did it kind of just shift into this big community movement? Was there something that triggered a bigger motion with this? Because you guys have chapters across the country now.
There have been a few, I would say, of those moments that we felt it growing at a rapid pace. You know, we had the three of us at the first meetup. And the second meetup, we planned to all meet at Ryan McGuire's pub. And so in order to grow our community, we put flyers everywhere, the three of us. And one of them went viral on Reddit. And I guess someone from the New York Times saw that. So the New York Times showed up to our second meetup with a Ryan photographer to get in, of course. And so the New York Times was one of those moments. We also had a moment when we went to LA for the first time. An influencer named Ryan made a video that got like 60 million views. And so that turned into, a big deal. We went back for the Ryan rave where we had 600 Ryans, 6 Ryan DJs. Then, this is another one of those moments where we feel it's getting bigger than we ever imagined. Yeah. So it's just finding ways to just keep it interesting, I think,
Mm-hmm. I love it. So I had to laugh when I went onto your website. The first thing you get asked is, are you a Brian? Because Brians are not allowed. Talk to us a little bit about that joke or that fun element of this, because it's so close to Ryan, but it's just not quite there. So talk about how the Brian thing came into play.
It's so far away from Ryan. I mean, the one thing all Ryans have in common is that we've all been called Brian. In school, at Starbucks, when a coffee cup say Ryan. I love to tell a story. I was going to a Ryan meetup, a mini Ryan meetup in California, and I was at a friend's house, and her neighbor walked out. It's like, this is my friend Ryan. He goes, nice to meet you, Brian. I'm like, really? And I'm not the kind of person to correct people, but I love meeting Ryans who are like, no, I am Ryan, not Brian. But yeah, that's something we have in common. And it's not like we hate the Bryans. We know there's awesome, good people named Brian out there.
Awesome.
Yeah, I know. I dialed that back.
So have there been any Bryans that have snuck into these events?
This is your moment.
That literally just happened. We had Copa del Ryan in New York City last month, an all Ryan World Cup watch party. And Ryan actually invited his friend Brian. And rule number 1 was broken because non-Ryans were supposed to come with their Ryan. That they did not do that. And then Brian came in and he was with someone else. And she goes, oh, he's Brian. And immediately we were all wearing referee outfits and started blowing my whistle. And we red carded the Ryan and escorted him out the door. He did not get 10 feet into the bar.
We have very tight security at the Ryan meetup. So this is, if anyone's watching, don't try it. We've got red cards ready.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're so excited to have you guys here in Minnesota, and we're going to get to how it all came to be. But has there been another location or another event that's been your favorite before you came to Mall of America in Minnesota?
They've all been great in their own ways. I think we talk about this all the time when, it's just the Ryans. What's your top 3 events, But, we're very excited for this one. I think this will probably be top 3, no doubt. Probably, maybe top 1, but some others,
Yeah, we like to be the best. We like to be on top.
Of course. And, you have St. Ryan's Day, which is our, holiday. We don't acknowledge St. Patrick's Day anymore as a holiday. We have Rytunda.
So wait, back up. So when is St. Ryan's Day? We need to know this.
It is a Saturday in March to be announced each year.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of those flexible ones like Thanksgiving where it's not like a certain number on the calendar.
I have a feeling you have to be in the circle to know what date it is, but that's okay. We'll
Ryan's
keep it.
They know, yeah.
It's all good. It's all good. So you guys had this idea. You're coming to Minnesota. You thought Mall of America. You sent a note, I believe, to our general PR box. And that somehow got to Meri. So Meri, take it from there. How did this all come to be?
Absolutely. So I think when I read the email, I immediately was like, we need to do this. So our team, we have some Ryans on our staff here that we've always kind of joked about. It joked in a good way about having a Ryan meetup and like going out to it. So I believe we saw one of the games happening in Colorado, being like this is something that we should do here. And so it actually was like a serendipitous moment. And then it was like, I saw it and I'm like, we have to do this. So it was a little bit of, we got a few key team members on a call just to make sure it was real. You got to start there from when it comes to that general inbox, but just to talk it through. And then immediately the whole phone call was just just that moment of smiles, and everyone was so excited about it. And we're like, we got to do this. Like, this is a no-brainer. Let's get it in. Let's do the Rytunda. Let's go on the rides. Like, we have to figure this out. So then it was a stereotypical moment, knock on Jill's door with the happiness in my eyes.
I'm like, oh no, Meri, what do you have up your sleeve?
What's going to happen? But immediately everyone just kind of fell in love with the idea, knowing that there was just so much positive energy behind it that we had to make it happen. So after that, I think it was a pretty quick, like, let's get this announced. Like, let's figure out the details. Let's get it out there. And then our local news then picked it up once it was announced. And I believe one of the videos went viral from Care 11, right? So from Care 11, and it's just been a joy ever since. Just even hopping on calls yesterday, on Thursday before the event, we had a call, and it was just smiles from ear to ear, just with all of the Ryan puns. One of my favorite moments has been sitting in our conference room with my team members saying, okay, we have potentially 900 Ryans coming to an event. Our train cycles move 2 minutes and 30. It takes one train 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go around. How many Ryans can we get in the train at a time? So it's just been a lot of like that kind of moments, and just working with you guys has been so fun.
Well, I think your response to this idea is what has been consistent with everybody we've talked to. At first, it's kind of like, what is this real? Like, but then it puts a smile on your face because it's just a happy, fun thing to do. And so I'm curious, on our scale of uniqueness of what we've done here at the mall, you've done some unique things. Where does this hit on the scale?
I mean, this is up there. I would also say one of the top 3 unique things too that we're doing. I'm excited for the event, and I'm excited to see it all come through and just be around the Ryan energy. And I know that our team has done a little bit more Ryan sorry, I can't think of it. Just like pre-promoting for it. So just even the energy from that, I got some videos on my phone. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's happening. So the day's here. We're excited to.
Yeah, I love seeing the social comments. Yeah, it's like, well, wait a second, my name's Tyler. Like, will you do an event for Tyler? So it's just been fun to hear the friendly banter, and of course the Bryans as well. So talk about like where the idea of the roller coaster came to play, because you guys have been doing this with baseball games and things like that. And there is a connection with the Minnesota Twins. You're here in town to do the Twins as well. But where'd the roller coaster record come from? Was that just a collaboration and ideas?
I mean, really, the Twins event came first on the calendar, where we decided we wanted to repeat the baseball experience and call it the Ryan Baseball Classic this year. So we're coming to Minnesota and the Twin Cities now. What else defines Twin Cities more than Mall of America? That's where we had to start. It was the only place to start. And when I sent that email, it was throwing a dart at the wall. I didn't know where to send it. I wasn't sure if there was going to be a response, and my eyes lit up when one came through so quickly. But there's no other iconic place more than this that is known around the world. So we had to start there, and here we are.
Yeah, and the first time that we chatted too, it was all like, oh, we should do this. Oh, we could do this. Oh, we could do this. Like, it was just such a good moment of collaboration too, of like, how can we build up the energy on this as well?
So walk us through the day. So as we've shared with our listeners and viewers that they're going to be hearing about this after it happens, but as you guys are preparing for the day, it's going to be happening in a few hours. What does this look like, and how is it all coming together? Because it's not just about riding the roller coaster. You guys have a whole lineup of activities that are here. So maybe I start and you guys can fill in with the details.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, yes, please fill in too. I mean, it starts right away with check-in, and we have every Ryan will get a ticket to go on the ride, and of course it's a themed ticket. From there, after check-in, it's really just camaraderie with the Ryans. So they're going to be hanging out in the Rytunda. We'll have a Ryan playlist playing, and then we'll have our... Did we settle on random acts of Ryanness?
Right, random acts of Ryanness.
Yes, that Ryans will be able to fill out a Post-it note to put on Ryan letters to say how they're going to spread on the Ryan joy with that. So we'll have that, and then as soon as the event begins, we have a special Ryan slime activity that will be happening. So 4 lucky Ryans will get the greatest honor from Nickelodeon and to get slimed, as well as, I mean, I know you guys have a lot of things planned, so I'd love to also know
I mean,
more too. Yeah.
The one major theme to add is that Ryans are going to be meeting other Ryans. Everyone's going to show up as a stranger for the most part. And we experienced this yesterday when we had the test ride with 17 Ryans who responded to a text blast on no notice. Please come and do this. When everyone showed up, they were kind of shy, and as I was at my first Ryan meetup. When we left an hour later, everyone was friends. And that will happen 1,000 times over tonight. And that's what Ryan Meetup's all about.
Just a simple connection as your first name.
Exactly.
Being able to be that first step to connect with others and create this network of friends that you could have for a lifetime. It's awesome.
Yeah, some of my best friends are Ryans now because of this flyer I saw outside my door, Ryan and I text every day about Ryan, usually. But yeah, that's what it's all about. I mean, it starts as like a fun, creative idea that feels incredibly niche. That's a funny joke. Maybe that'll go viral once, but now it's become an actual community of close friends. And it's helped a lot of people overcome social anxiety who wouldn't necessarily seek out a hangout like this. And we pride ourselves in being as welcoming as can be, and that's one of like the responsibilities of Ryans who are at their second, third, fourth, 14th meetup is to help all these new Ryans feel at home. So that's important to us.
It's amazing what the name tag really does, though. And you kind of wish there was more instances of that. Like if you go to like a work conference or something and people are wearing name tags, like that can kind of break the ice, but something is so special about this.
Yes, and my name tag says I'm a non-Ryan, but at least I feel somewhat included. It's all good. But I mean, in the world that we live in, there's a lot of heaviness, whether it's the economy, it's challenges with political components, whatever it is. It's nice to have something that's just light and fun and makes people smile. So I applaud you guys for bringing this forward and bringing it to Mall of America. We're super excited for this. What happens if you're not a Ryan? What does the event look like for you?
It doesn't look like anything.
It's you can watch.
We are welcoming to everyone.
Yeah, we're extremely welcoming to this 1% of the population or whatever.
Yeah.
We're excited to have so many.
Can they observe what's going on?
Sure.
Obviously, we have a lot of space in the mall.
The Rytunda will be blocked off for Ryans only.
Okay.
So you will have to have a special name tag to be within the Rotunda level 1 space. However, everyone else is encouraged just to be around the camaraderie, find other non-Ryan adjacents up on levels 2, 3, and 4 of the Rotunda. So
the Ryans love to show off to the non-Ryans.
Yes.
So it's good to have an audience.
Yeah.
And this might be the biggest Ryan meetup in terms of families, because this is like the most family-friendly event we probably have done. So all the Ryan parents who are bringing their kid Ryans, they're going to be beaming with pride that they chose the right name and led to this chaos.
Right.
So you're anticipating people just locally here, or when you've seen the RSVPs, so we mentioned nearly 1,000 people are planning to come tonight, and that's just people that have responded. Who knows who's going to show up?
Right.
Where are they coming from?
If I could share a story that we saw this morning when I woke up on our reservation, we have a Marine who's stationed in Hawaii right now, who is traveling to Minnesota just to be with the Ryans.
I love that.
That's awesome.
I love that. I'm curious to see where they're all going to be coming from because during the summer here at Mall of America, we have people that visit from across the country, and to give them a reason and a purpose to come specifically for this weekend, this is a lot of fun. So we appreciate what you guys are doing. And I think you guys have been telling a lot of stories, and the media has really latched onto this. What does that feel like for you guys? You're getting national media attention for this initiative.
I mean, it's surreal, especially when you consider the subject matter, I guess this is one of the things you'd want to go viral for nowadays. So but yeah, I mean, it's surreal. We step back from it every once in a while and kind of just shake our heads and like allow ourselves to embrace that feeling that we never expect we would have. Like we are, important to a lot of people, and a lot of Ryans. We've changed some lives, including ours, so that's surreal. And yeah, I mean, I don't know if you want to add to that.
I mean, for me as a Ryan personally, and my background is in news. I used to be a television producer for a long time, and I changed careers 5 years ago. But now to be doing this for Ryan Meetup and being on a podcast and doing interviews on behalf of the Ryans is so full circle, and I love it. It truly has changed my life and changed so many other Ryan's lives too.
I would also like to say you're changing more than just Ryan's life. You're changing so many other people too. Like our team has had so much non-Ryans. They're just so much joy that you bring to it. And so it's not just Ryans that you're reaching so many other people. And I thank you for creating the space too for so many people to have that, because it's awesome.
I love how you speak Ryan. You said there's going to be this many Ryans. We can fit this many Ryans on the coaster, not this many people.
Yes,
and speaking non-Ryan,
I know.
She has drank the Kool-Aid,
Meri
folks.
It's true.
Meri has got it from day one.
It's the honorary Ryan. Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
So flying away from Minnesota, what does success look like for you guys when you look in the rearview mirror?
I don't know. I mean, it's already a success. The fact that on our way up here, we met a handful of Ryans who were just like scouting the area, so we can feel the energy of the Ryans, boiling right now. And so just building up, and we know it's going to be great. What does success look like? I mean,
success is we want lots of Ryans asking when's the next Ryan meetup.
So that's my next question. What is next? Because obviously our viewers and listeners are hearing about this after the fact. Hopefully you guys will go on social media and all the follow-up and recap content that we're going to be posting out there. But if they want to participate in future events, how do they find out about it?
RyanMeetup.com, if you're not a Brian, you'll get through the the little pop-up security checkpoint. Find us on Instagram, Ryan Meetup. I think we're gonna be doing more of these, so you'll have your chance to join.
We're always trying to plan, and we joke that we need a Ryan advance team because we've been planning this whole weekend, but we don't officially have anything on the calendar next. We've got lots of cities and Ryans reaching out that want. It's like the Super Bowl. Every city wants to bid now for a Ryan meetup, which is insane. We'll have announcements soon. There will be more Ryan meetups in the months ahead.
And I believe somewhere down your path there might be a Ryan Con that you guys want to host. Is that what I saw on the website?
That is correct. I mean, that is the ultimate goal that we discussed at the first ever Ryan meetup, just the three of us, to break the world record for largest first name gathering. I've said that so many times. I don't know how I stumbled through it. But yeah, we keep pushing it into the future because we're enjoying all of these little side quests in the meantime. So it will happen one day. That we'll promise that. But we might have a few more Ryan meetups in the meantime.
Well, don't forget about us when you want to do Ryan Con, because I think it's going to be a huge success tonight. And people here, give us a call. We would love to,
that's a good point.
Consider this, because we're all about creating magical moments for our guests. And whether your name is Ryan or not, definitely follow this content. It's such a fun story. We love these unexpected moments, and this is going to be full of them tonight and beyond. Because at Mall of America, we're looking for those experiences that bring people together. Sometimes it's around music, sometimes it's around sports, and sometimes it's simply because you have the name Ryan. So thank you for joining us for this episode of So Much More. Ryan, Meri, Ryan, thanks you guys for joining us. Good luck tonight for the event. And to all of you who are fans of Mall of America and So Much More, thank you for tuning in, and be sure to like, favorite, and share this episode with your friends and family. That's going to do it for this episode of So Much More. Thanks for listening to So Much More, a Mall of America podcast. Subscribe wherever you find your favorite podcasts. This show is presented by Bloomington, Minnesota Travel and Tourism.